Hey guys, welcome to my channel again. Very important message today. I was thinking about a topic that I kind of discuss a lot frequently, but I was talking to someone who was like really not understanding like how do you cultivate a relationship with yourself? Like, what does that even mean? And so sometimes cultivating a relationship with a younger version of yourself really just means that there are some things happening that may have attributed to your emotions today. So there are some things that may have occurred in your younger life, in your upbringing, some trauma that may have happened in your life that created feelings that didn't feel good, right? Whether it was angry, whether it was sad, whether it was rejection, whether it was feeling absent, feeling abandoned, like all of those type of feelings. But those feelings don't just dissipate. They don't go away, right? They have to be worked through. And so you kind of put that in your subconscious mind because sometimes we have that thing that creates this blockage, right? It's our way of protecting ourselves. And so our body does the same thing. So mental health, that happens as well. And the body is very intelligent, right? And so even as a young person, if you feel like someone is doing something to you or someone's hurting you verbally or they're saying something to you that's making you feel small, that's making you feel belittled, that's making you feel confused as to what's happening in your space, right? It creates that feeling. And so anything that feels different from love, okay? Love is huge in our life. Love gives us confidence. Love gives us self-esteem. Love makes you feel inflated. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy, but sometimes we don't always feel that, and sometimes we don't always get that as children. And so the younger version of yourself, cultivating a relationship with her is understanding that feelings and emotions that may trigger you today are affiliated with feelings that may have been behind you. And so say your name is, I don't know, Mary, right? Or Samantha, whatever, right? Or Joe, or Luke, or Kevin, or whatever your name is, right? And so it's understanding that if you're in an altercation in your current state, in your older state, and you're having a conversation with someone, and then all of a sudden you get this trigger and you get this burst of anger, right? That burst of anger may not be equivalent to the situation at hand. Meaning, you ever heard people say to you, yeah, like, man, yeah, you got real angry, and it didn't even warrant that level of anger. So that level of anger may not have been warranted because there's underlying feelings that's there. And so that's probably the younger version of you knocking and saying, you see, this is how I feel, this is how I feel. So the younger version of you is waiting for the moment and the time to express what he or she is still feeling, that you haven't worked through, that you haven't discussed in sessions, or through journaling, or through meditation, or through just saying to yourself, when the younger version of me was in that pain, when the younger version of me was hurting, what would I say to the younger version of myself today as an adult? What would I say to him or her, right? How would I comfort that? How would I comfort the younger version of myself? When we get angry, right? Anger is just derived from pain. Anger is misplaced emotions. And so obviously when you're a kid, You don't know how to express your feelings. You don't know how to express your emotions. You don't know how to process your emotions. Everything is lumped the same because you're a little kid. You don't know. You're not developed intellectually enough to understand what is actually going on and what you're actually feeling. And so when you don't work through those things and you don't connect the dots, then you still have that as an adult. The problem with the younger version of you is that you've put him or her to the side because life happens, right? You go to college, you graduate, you start working, you have children, or you get married, or both. You just carry on with life, right? Life happens, bills happens, everything happens in life. But that younger version of you was suppressed and suppressed and suppressed. So those emotions that you feel, they don't go away. And there's such a misconception. This is a message that if you like, please share this, please subscribe. If you like what I'm saying, please subscribe and share this message to people. There's a major misconception that if you were hurt in your life, or you've gone through a lot of dysfunction and a lot of toxicity in your younger life, that if you just carry on with life, it'll go away. It won't go away. It just doesn't go away. That's like asking the younger version of yourself to just get out. The experiences, the memories, everything that you've experienced as a younger version of yourself, to just make him or her go away. It's impossible. It doesn't happen. And so we have to understand how to work through those things. And also in your healing process of understanding how to work through your emotions and how to understand and how to recognize triggers, so that you're not spewing anger out into the world. When you're angry, something is wrong. Something is wrong. You have to address it, or you should address it, right? For the betterment of your children, of your family, of everyone who you're trying to have a cohesive life, or even just a better mental health. And, your mental health means everything first, right? You can't pour from an empty cup, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And so it's understanding that the younger version of yourself still exists. That person is still there, and that person is waiting for us to get angry, because that person is still living in anger or hurt, pain, and doesn't know how to process that. But you haven't worked through that with him or her. So you're just carrying on with life, not understanding how important it is to address that younger person of yourself and find out what he or she felt, and what would you do to comfort or to give ease to that younger version of yourself. That is a big part of healing. When you are angry all the time, you need to understand what happened and why. That is so important. This is not going to be a long video. This was just an informative video. This is something that I wanted to remember before I forget, because I'm very forgetful, and things come through my mind so quickly, and then they go out of my mind just as quickly. So I wanted to quickly send this video. I hope this is helpful. If you're angry, if you're, understand that it's not anger. It is misplaced emotions. You're feeling, you're hurting. You are hurting. You're hurting, and you probably, if you're hurting to that extent where you're so angry, there's a part of you that is imprisoned and feeling fear, which I did a podcast. My podcast is called Manifesting Your Wings of Worth. I just did a podcast on fear, which ties in nicely to this. It's releasing the control of what you can't control and understanding the younger version of yourself so that you can heal properly. Okay? I hope this helps. I hope that you have an amazing holiday and a safe one. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.